The future has arrived.
This little guy is called the Strip Lamp Pro made by Adelphi. And in this video we are going to talk about its unique features as well as compare it to a generic headlamp that costs about 20% more. There's a ton of information on the box about the features, which we will get to later. Let's open this thing up and check it out. The first thing you are greeted with is this little thank you card. That's a nice touch. Let's set that aside and get the light out of this plastic. Here's something other companies aren't including with their lights. USB Type-C charging cables. Now you don't have to worry about looking for that micro USB cable. Just grab any USB Type-C cable and charge it up. Most mobile phones come with USB Type-C now. Sorry, iPhone users. So finding a cable to charge this light shouldn't be an issue. The first thing you will notice about this device is the long yellow strip. These are LEDs, folks. Look at how flexible it is too. This will not only work on any head shape, but you can also adjust the strap to fit around construction hard hats. And since it's primarily made of rubber, you don't have to worry about it slipping off while working. It also has an IPX4 waterproof rating. So if you're using this out in the sun and are pouring out sweat, you don't have to worry about damaging the device. As you can see, there's a power button, a wave sensor on and off button, and then two LEDs and your actual wave sensor. Let's power this sucker on. One press of the power button and this activates the cob light. Press it again and the LED dims slightly. One more press and the XPE LED mounted on the side lights up in its brightest setting. Another press and again the light dims slightly. The side LED will deliver light coverage up to 100 meters. Your fifth press of the power button would turn the unit back off. As you can see, both LEDs provide a decent amount of light considering Adelphi claims it delivers up to 350 lumens. I personally think that's a pretty conservative figure. Oh, and one other unique feature is its ability to turn into a strobe light. Just hold down the power button and check that out. I imagine this may come in handy if I break down on the side of the road and want to make sure that other drivers passing by can see me. Now let's activate the wave sensor. The second you push the wave on and off button, you will notice the LED lights up on the right side. You will also notice that the red LED on the left is no longer just red, so there's no mistaking if the wave sensor is on or not. All you need to do at this point is just wave your hand in front of it. That's a pretty useful feature. Instead of finding a place to put a handheld light somewhere so you can see what you are doing in the dark, this headlight can simply be activated with a wave once you are ready to start working. And if for some reason you do not want to turn the wave sensor on, you can turn it off with the press of a button. If I was to summarize this device into 3 words, I would use simple, useful, and durable. Compared to other LEDs, this is by far my favorite. Speaking of that, let's do a little comparison, shall we? First, let's look at the other headlamp I was using prior. This is an LED lamp made by a company called Amaker. Yeah, this thing is massive. There's no way around it. Supposedly it has 90,000 lumens. It's definitely brighter than the Adelphi, but does it have 89,650 more lumens? I mean, I'm no expert on light output, but I find that very hard to believe. And being brighter isn't exactly a benefit for my own situation. The only real benefit to this over the Adelphi is the battery life. I've used the Amaker for weeks while filming without needing a charge. The company claims it can get up to 10 hours on its brightest setting and over 45 hours on its lowest setting. I believe that 100%. However, I always end up taking the Amaker off multiple times while working on a project. It's not a device built for comfort. It's bulky, heavy, and tends to move around a little while working. Now that can be adjusted with the straps to ensure it won't shift on your head. However, the minute you do that, the circulation around your brain feels like it's cutting off. I just couldn't find the comfort level I wanted. And I'm not quite done complaining about this just yet. Even the power button is in a ridiculous spot. You would think this button on the back would be the power button. It's easy to access, you can always find it. Nope. Okay, so then where is the power button? You actually have to tilt the lamp down each time in order to turn the LED on or off. This feels like an afterthought. The most important piece of a light feels like an afterthought. Who designed this thing? The Adelphi was a completely different story. I put it on my head, adjusted the straps a little, and haven't touched the strap since. It's been about 3 weeks and the device still fits perfect and doesn't shift around on me while working. The buttons are easy to access, the wave sensor worked flawlessly for me, and the comfort level is second to none. Adelphi added padding where the unit rests against your forehead, so not only will the unit stay in place, you can focus more on the task at hand instead of constantly readjusting something resting on your forehead. That's a huge bonus. Battery life is also impressive at 3 hours for the brightest setting and 8 hours on low. Considering you can easily wave to turn this thing on and off while working on a project, I was able to make it through a couple of days using this light. Oh, and yeah, I forgot to mention, the Amaker still uses a micro USB charging cable. In a world where every device is switching over to USB-C, this device still uses micro USB. If I was to think of 3 words for the Amaker off the top of my head, I would go with heavy, uncomfortable, and outdated. I mean, just look at these two devices side by side. That's quite a difference. You can easily fit the Adelphi in your pocket, making it even more convenient. The Amaker, not so much. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and let us know what you think in the comments below. Also, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you don't miss a video from our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.